One of the first things we actually did on this van build was to remove these beams, and that will give us a lot more space in the width of the van, and that's where our bed will eventually come. Later we supported the van's bodywork in these spots with 19mm wooden slats. So we started with the inside framing of the van. So this entire wood structure here is going to be a support for the inside walls, as well as be an anchor point for any furniture that's going to be inside the van. So as you can see, we already have quite a bit of the framing in here. So we have some coming halfway, or not, just above halfway up, and then some in the back there going all the way up. And the space here is left open as well as on this side, because we will be putting in the bed in the width. And yeah, we need all of that space to get hopefully a bed of about 195, something like that. One thing we are having to figure out is how to attach these top ones somewhere to get them a little more solid, because right now they're only screwed here on this beam right here. So they don't have any support on the top, so yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Next up is making the frame for our bed. So this will actually create a nook in the wall, giving us more space and allowing us to have the bed in the width of the van. It's actually a rectangular frame made out of 18mm plywood with a 5.5mm plywood backer piece glued and nailed onto it. So a quick update. As you can see, we finished the wooden construction, the frame on the inside, and I showed you that these ones won't give as much support, and there were some here as well, and maybe we will remove these ones because we decided to put wooden slats here on the top, and they will support the top part of the wall, and then also the hanging cabinets. They'll provide support for those. And then we also started with the construction of the bed. We took it down now, but as you can see, we made these frames on each side, which will make sure that the bed can go in the width. And we have about 1.95 m, 1.94 m, something like that. I'll show you the bed once it's in again. Then you can see how far it comes, because it's going all the way until the doors. So that means we can use most of the length of the loading space here as well. We are putting wooden slats on the already existing beams of the van, and this will give us a good material to later attach the ceiling onto. We screwed these wooden slats on the metal beams using self-tapping screws. Around the windows, we are putting shorter slats, and of course all of these are level with the frames around the roof window in the back and the Max Van Deluxe in the front. So we started putting in the ceiling, and we're using these 7mm pine. It's like this tongue and groove material, so they connect nicely. But of course we have a very long ceiling here, so we're trying to make sure that we don't have one line where they connect, so that they have different points where they connect, so it kind of spread out as well. So we already put these middle ones in, and now we're putting one on each side here, and we have to put in the holes for the LED lights to come there. And the reason we're starting with the ceiling is because here where the ceiling goes obviously until here, and the wall goes up here, so to hide any kind of imperfections, or if the ceiling would come a little bit more to this side or here a little more to that side, it's much easier to finish it when the wall comes up, because the wall will just go up against the ceiling and we can cut the wood of the wall up until the height where we need. So it should be a little bit more easy to hide any imperfections that we might have. One important step to not forget when putting in the ceiling is of course the cabling for the LED lights. When the ceiling is in place, we painted the wood with a light oak finish wood stainer, and this will protect the wood and also give the pine a darker look. So the ceiling is finished. As you can see, it's looking pretty nice. It took us a little bit longer than expected because we wanted to make sure that all of these connections are not on the same line. So that requires to make a lot more cuts, but then you get, I think, a nicer result, so you don't get like one line over your ceiling. We already put the second coat of wood stainer on here as well, and it's starting to get a little bit more cozy in here. In the next episode, we are putting in walls, and we'll show you how we made them connect nicely with our window framing. So make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.